Hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching, and I want to talk to you today about goal setting. If you're new to me, I help online entrepreneurs to get off the shaky ground of not really knowing what to do and kind of being stuck onto a very solid foundation of personal growth, mindset, and authenticity so that they can have confidence enough to build the business of their dreams. There are so many moving puzzle pieces that are coming together when you are trying to establish an online business that putting it all together can be a really daunting task. And goal setting is actually one of the things that either make it or break it for you. And today I'm going to show you a little bit different perspective on goal setting than you may have heard before. Okay, so number one, I'm going to start with the truth of where you exactly are. Okay, it is important to be honest with you. Let's get real. We get swept off our feet. We are wanting to, set these big, hairy goals. Our uplines possibly are saying, like, hey, dream big, be the millionaire, do this, 10 sales, in a day, or whatever they may say, right? Whatever your goal may be. Often it is too big for your brain to concede the fact that you could actually do it. For example, what I mean by that is if you are a housewife, right, stay-at-home mom, and you have a network marketing business, and you are now saying you see the big vision, you see these $30,000 a month income checks from your diamonds or your leaders of the company, and everybody's saying like it's so amazing, you can work from home while you have your kids, all that stuff. All you need to do is reach out to a few people and make that happen, right? And make your reach outs and post and stuff like that. So you have that image in your brain. And here you are trying to figure out how to nurse your baby, trying to figure out how to even take a shower, trying to figure out how to send your reach outs. And, then at night when you're super exhausted, you're sitting there trying to watch a show on Netflix, but then at the same time, you have this nagging guilt sitting there that you haven't done your reach outs yet. So your brain knows that with where you are right now, how possibly could you become this top earner that has hundreds of people underneath there, right? The jump is way too big, if you know what I'm saying. The jump is way too big for you to actually take actions to move the needle forward. Now, they may say, maybe that is too big of a jump. Maybe they say, hey, it's okay. You just only have to get 3 people a week or 3 people a month to join your business, right? It could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be, somebody. Well, maybe that even is too far off a jump because maybe those people are not wanting to buy anything from you. Maybe you have tried online businesses before and it's not going to work. So what could you do, right? Got to be honest with where you were. If you are somebody that hassled your mom, your sister, and your friend for multiple different things, they're probably not going to go for it if you ask for them again. So what could be your next step? Maybe not signing 3 people in a month. Maybe your next step could be making your reach outs every single day. Or maybe your next step could be making a post a day, right? Whatever it is, you got to be honest with your first step. Everything else will build. I'm not saying that a stay-at-home mom could never become the top of a company, because they can, totally can. But there is a gazillion different steps and milestones in between those things, okay? So that is number one. Get honest with where you are. Number two, your identity must match your vision. So if you are thinking of yourself as the stay-at-home mom, or maybe the woman that comes back into the industry of some sort, realty or insurance or wherever you are, and trying to build your business, right? That person needs to match who you want to be at that position. So if you want to be somebody that trains people, or trains a downline, a salesperson, your identity, how you see yourself, must match. Okay, it's not just a job, because if you're just going to a job, you can go in there, you be there for a few hours, and then you come back home. But that's not what it is when you are having a business. When you're having a business, you are actually needing to become this person. Your brand needs to be this person. Your life, your private life has to be that person. The same as you are with your team, the same that you are with your people out there. Okay. So that's what it is. You have to become that person. Now, number 3, your foundational phase. Build before you climb. Okay. Clarify. What is your why? What is your audience? Like, why are you doing this? What is your bigger vision? Who do you want to talk to? What is your audience? And then what vision do you have to what vision are you living? Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay. Non-negotiables, what are they? What steps do you have to do to make that happen? What steps do you have to do? And then mindset and habits. Your mindset and your habits really, really need to match. You have to make sure that however you are putting yourself out there is who you are going to be. It's really having to be important. Your mindset and your habits. If you say you are going to be a fit person, don't be seen at McDonald's, right? That's just what it is. Don't be seen at McDonald's or slamming down the bad drinks or something like that. You have to become the person that you are selling. That's who you have to become. So you have to put some time in there. You have to start looking and thinking, do I really want to become that person? Okay, do I really want to become that person? Now, step number 4, get clear before you hustle. See, so many of us are making mistakes. We are hustling. We are doing what our upline is saying before we are doing this job, because your upline is probably a friend of a friend who is also only a friend of a friend. And they don't have sales experience. They don't have branding experience. Some of us are able to basically be right under the diamond, and they have already learned all these things, or are the top leader of the company and they already have learned these things. But often what we are not that lucky. We have our friend that is going to tell us, just go reach out to those people, just go do these things with those people, right? But we are not necessarily ready to have thought about why we are doing it, what the bigger vision is, the purpose, what we are leading up towards, what our audience should be, who are we talking about, right? Because the audience, I just want to stop here for a second, is so important that you're realizing this. If you have an identity of the stay-at-home mom that is sitting on the floor, just getting back into her health journey, for example, or just getting her hair back after having lost everything, or just whatever you are selling, right? Getting into neutral products to save her family or something. If that person that still doesn't sleep through the night now all of the sudden needs to put on a suit and become the really tough businesswoman, that identity just does not match up. Okay, it just does not match up. And that's why when you are trying to coach those business women feeling like yuck, you will not make it. And it doesn't matter how often you're going to tell yourself you're not good enough. It doesn't matter how often you're going to say it's just a fear of rejection. This is, the gap is too big. Okay, the gap is too big of identity. What you need to do is then you need to figure out your audience and adjust your audience and say, you know what, I may be at this stage in mind, I may be suited more to talk to other moms that are in the same situation that also would like to make something happen for themselves, or have better hair or better health or something. You might be more comfortable with that audience. Okay, so when you want to get this done, take a moment and really think about it. Define your niche. Who are you doing this for? What is your offer? What are you doing for them? What is your service? Not just, oh, I have a product. What else? Because everybody just has a product. What else? What else about you is beneficial to them? Okay, what's your offer? And then refine and reflect those two things in your messaging. Okay, it's important. Speak directly to that audience that you have designed, and talk to them with empathy. Talk to them like a person, right? Because here's the thing, they are struggling just like you are, probably. And they are probably also secretive about it, because they are not going to want to tell everybody that they're feeling yucky, or they have digestive issues, or they have energy issues, or they have hair loss, or like whatever it is that you struggled with, that's probably for them the same thing. So be empathetic, okay, with them. Now, last but not least, what you need to do is set SMART goals. Those are action-based, smart action-based goals. So you remember how I said, don't set those three, don't say, oh, I need to have 3 people in there. Those 3 people are probably not going to make it happen for you, because you are terrified of those 3 people. So you're not going to take the action to get those 3 people, and then your brain has kept you successfully safe in your little bubble of not making anything happen. So you've got to set yourself action-based goals, saying, I must maybe reach out to a lot of people, so and so many, 5 to 10 people a day, 20 people, 30 people, whatever you want to do, right? I have to start conversations. I have to start qualifying people, okay? I call it the seeding, the weeding, and the feeding. The feeding is the offering of things, and then closing is the harvesting. So, for example, seeding, right? Starting conversations. Without conversations, you cannot qualify whether or not they are indeed your ideal client. They are indeed deserving of your offer, because not everyone deserves your offer. Just remember that, okay? And then when you have the right flower, to just so to speak, right? That's when you are going to feed it with an offer. That's when you say, hey, by the way, I have this. This may or may not be for you, but I wanted to offer that to you because it may just do all the things you wanted to do, right? So basically like that. And then from there, you are closing. So if you set yourself action-based goals, meaning I do so and so many conversations per day, as a result from that action, you will make the results of maybe having your 3. That'd be the results. But you have to do daily small actions, small daily drips, create this overflow that you are looking for, okay? Without that, you are not going to have it. So, having said that, this is what it is, you guys. I know I have struggled so much in the beginning. I have struggled so much. I have tried everything. I was bold. But for some reason, I could really not do it all, and I was doing everything backwards, and it took me forever, and only because I am so dang stubborn, that is the German in me, I didn't give up. Now, you don't have to suffer that much, okay? You do not, because I have created this mentorship, the Freedom Mentorship, where you can feel free because you have me that guides you through these steps that you need to take. We're talking about marketing, we're talking about branding, we're talking about lead generations, we're talking about fears, mindset, beliefs, doubts, paradigm, brain issues, nervous system, healing, connecting, purpose, all the things, right? Whatever your questions are in your respective online business, whether or not it is network marketing, affiliate marketing, real estate, finance, insurance, whatever you market online, that is where I can help you, because we create with a heal, connect, and level up system. We create a way for you to do your business on your timeline, your way, and that's how we do it. Okay, so if you want to check this out, this Freedom Mentorship is very affordable at the moment, because it's still an introductory price, and I wanted to make sure that it's affordable for everyone. So even brand new people that cannot afford mentorship, because lots of mentorships cost thousands and thousands of dollars, and I didn't want it. I wanted to make sure that you will be able to get help, get feedback, get community, get an opportunity to ask questions, get coached on the spot, and also in private if you wanted to. So there's different options there, whether or not you have group coaching or private coaching, or group coaching and once in a while private coaching, whatever it is, it's very affordable. The link is up here in the bio. or comment freedom below and I'll just send it to you. So check that out if you want help. And if not, I'd love to hear your feedback on this video. I'd love to hear what you are struggling with, if anything at all. I want to help you create. So, the more you talk to me, the more content I can create that hopefully will help you until next time. Okay? All right. We'll talk to you later.